Hey, what's up, internet? Welcome to the fuck my life. Hold on, I gotta do that over. I forgot the name of our podcast. Don't leave this in, TJ, the editor. Me. What's going on, gamers? Welcome to the Untitled Gaming Podcast project for episode 6. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about roguelikes, but that's coming after we talk about a heaping helping of today's gaming news. With me, as always, is the co-host.
Tyus.
That's right, Tyus, the gaming extraordinaire. And today we're going to be breaking it down for you with the news. There's so much that happened.
Yeah.
I'm not overcompensating for the fact that literally we're just kind of in the period of nothing being said.
Yeah, that's the big problem with the period of time we're in right now. Just, so many companies have already announced their kind of really big things that there's not a lot to be looking forward to right now in terms of news.
Yeah, but nonetheless, you're I don't know, what do you call someone that like looks for articles online? Is there like a name for that?
Uh,
Your
when I
article
did
scout.
when I did it for, when I was doing that for Omni, when I was
Mhm.
like looking for gaming news and writing Lay at Omni bits, he had a tag for us in his Discord where I was a info hunter.
Info Hunter, there we go. That's a pretty good title. My info hunting has dug me with some good headlines. I'm gonna start with one of the big ones. This one's probably the biggest one, and I feel like you probably heard about this, but Microsoft is looking to buy Discord.
I have heard about it. I am not excited.
Nobody is excited after what happened with Skype and fuck,
Uh,
man. Although
Mixer.
apparently someone that, oh my god, don't even. What's Mixer? What is Mixer, Tyus?
I feel bad for the people who did stream on Mixer
Mm-hmm.
because essentially their livelihood was taken away in like 2 days. Is it like because they were just like, hey, we're closing Mixer, and it's just like you have like a week essentially.
That is literally the most like horrifying part about online content creation is like the Mixer, like, because you don't think about like YouTube going down or anything like that, but legitimately like things like what happened to Mixer is what stops competitors from like even trying, because like you want to stake all your livelihood on that and like have something like that happen. It's a scary thought,
Yeah,
and it
that's the
sucks. It
real
fucking
unfortunate
sucks.
thing.
Uh, but yeah, so Microsoft's looking to buy. Apparently, according to insiders, and by insiders I mean whoever's talking on this forum post, people close to Discord say that Discord would rather go public than sell to Microsoft. However, Microsoft is looking to buy for like $10 billion.
Yeah. I also saw that, and honestly,
That's a lot of chili
they go,
cheese.
I'd prefer that they go public simply because I don't want Microsoft to be the ones in possession of it.
Yeah, we really need to just not have these big names just own everything, you know? It's almost like there's a whole thing about that. Kind of weird. But I mean, like, yeah, no, I mean that's really the gist of it. Just Discord, we love you as an app. Please just go public. Don't give in. 10 billion's a lot, but it ain't worth it. Our love is more worth it.
Discord has shown a lot of like respect for their users, I guess,
That's
for
true.
lack of a better word. So I do sincerely hope that they continue with that trend.
I mean, literally, we're recording this podcast using
Using
Discord.
Discord, yeah.
So please, Discord, for our sake, for the sake of the listeners. Go public. So, then do you have a gaming headline?
I, I I'm gonna be real with the listeners right now. I have not been paying attention to shit because the only thing on my mind is Monster Hunter Rise.
I do not blame you. I had to like force myself to just take like an hour to go like through some gaming websites and like try and find anything. to talk about because I've
Um,
just been thinking about it.
oh, there's one thing, I guess. A new character has been released for Tekken 7.
Ooh, who's coming to Tekken?
Her name is Lydia something. I don't remember her last name. Literally in the Tekken canon. She is the Polish prime minister,
You wait.
and she is a ripped karate woman, and she looks really badass. Like she's got like scars on her face and shit.
Oh, I
Like
know who she. Okay. I've been on Twitter in the past few days. I know who she is.
she looks absolutely it's Lydia Sobieska. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, I apologize.
Ooh,
But
mama.
she looks badass.
Hell yeah. And she's a prime minister. That's so fucking
Yeah,
cool.
she's the Polish prime minister.
Why Polish? Why the Polish prime minister? Okay, but that's super fucking cool. I like
Why?
that.
Because Tekken has a history of just making completely fucking wacky characters.
Like one could get thrown in a volcano or something. I can't.
So
I
okay,
watched one lore video one
that's actually
time.
like a history of that.
Oh
So
god.
when so one of the characters in Tekken 1, his name is Kazuya Mishima. His father's Heihachi Mishima. When Kazuya was young, Heihachi threw him into a volcano. And then later at the start of Tekken 4, like the intro cinematic Tekken 4, you see Heihachi throwing Kazuya as an adult into the volcano.
This is the only child abuse I'll laugh at.
And then but then like Kazuya comes back and he's like half cyborg kind of, because like he's got like
Oh
a
fuck.
like a robotic eye or some shit. Like I don't know, they
Okay.
don't exactly
Like
go into
Cowboy
detail on.
B-boy. Okay.
And then I think it's at the end of Tekken 4 or Tekken 5. I think no wait. I'm pretty sure it's, I can't remember which Tekken it is, but Kazuya throws his dad into the fucking into the fucking volcano at the end.
That volcano
Uh,
needs to put a fucking fence around it or some shit to keep these people from going in there and doing this.
so it's because like Kazuya wanted revenge on his father for doing that.
Oh my god. That's so fucking dumb, but I love it actually.
Oh,
Well,
it's
good for
great.
Tekken. Good for Tekken.
Yeah, like if you want to know how crazy the Tekken canon is, Noctis from Final Fantasy 15 is one of the characters in Tekken
But is it
7.
canon or is it just
It's
a
canon.
cameo?
No,
It's
it's
can.
canon.
No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
not
yeah. No,
canon.
he calls one of the other characters in Tekken. His name is Lars. Um, what's it called? And they go fishing together
What?
because Noctis loves to fish.
But it can't be canon.
No, it's canon.
Fuck it, whatever. Yeah, it's canon.
The other thing that's also canon is what's it called? Akuma from Street Fighter is also canon in the Tekken series.
So their cameo fighters aren't just like for the fight alone. Like they actually like have there's a lore reason.
Yeah, like okay, the best way I can describe this is I remember when I told my friend Mitch that Noctis was the new DLC character announced for Tekken 7 because you know I have a bunch of fighting game fans, and I like as you know I like to keep up to date with like all the news on as many things as I possibly can. And so they announced Noctis, and I was in a voice call with my friend Mitch, and I was like, "Oh, Mitch, did you hear about the new Tekken character?" And he said, "No," and I said, "It's Noctis," and he was just like, "What?" And I was like, "From Final Fantasy 15, it's Noctis." And my friend Mitch responded with a sentence that I will never forget, and it's, "Harada is a crazy motherfucker."
Oh my god.
Because he has boss characters from Tekken and the King of Fighters series as characters in Tekken with Akuma and Geese Howard. He's got fucking he's got fucking Noctis for Final Fantasy.
Okay, Tekken's cooler than I ever gave it credit for. It may not be the anime fighter I wanted. It's the fighting game I deserve.
But yeah,
Okay.
aside from that, I cannot think of much else that got announced this week.
Well, I'll roll through a few. We don't have to like. There's not really much to talk about in some of these. There's this headline. I just think it's funny in a sad way. I just saw that. I didn't even read the article. I just read the headline, and the headline is Sims 4 is finally getting bunk beds.
Oh.
Finally! Mom and Dad said we could get a bunk bed. Like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh yeah. Monster Energy is the official sponsored drink of the Apex Legends.
Oh fuck yeah.
Of the what is it? What's the ALGS stand for? Apex Legends Global Series.
That is rad. I mean, honestly, just any sponsorship in general for like to recognize like gaming, that's always a good thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now please give me the Monster Energy emote in game right now. Hand it over.
Yeah, I want the emote where who's a fucking Apex character where Mirage just pulls out a Monster Energy drink can and drinks it in the opponent's face before he shoots him.
Real talk, when I was in middle school, I drank Monster Energy and I thought I could feel it in my veins.
What the fuck?
Back when I was like a fucking little shithead Call of Duty player in like middle school, I thought like Monster Energy would make me better at the game and that I could feel it coursing through my veins.
Damn, bro, that's wild.
Activating my gamer genes. God damn it. This one's cool. Resident Evil, the movie coming out, has got its tagline. Welcome to Raccoon City.
Oh,
so
that's cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
I am interested to see how a Resident Evil movie that's not directed by the same guy that did the fucking Monster Hunter movie. No more details need to be said about that. I am interested to see how it can be done.
Yeah, I mean, based on what they've been showing, the fact that they're using actual characters from the canon, like, is very
Big step up.
Yeah, it's a big step up, honestly. Compared to
What game is Alice in? Wait. Is Alice the one in Resident Evil 3? I'm confused. Oh god. Some more things. Shin Megami Tensei 3 is confirmed to be coming to PC, so not just the Switch. I've not. Is it good?
Yeah,
have you played? Well, I think they also confirmed. They also fucking confirmed it will be featuring Dante from the
Devil May Cry series.
They fucking confirmed the meme, except you gotta pay extra for it. I think it's the only fucking downside.
Oh, is it? Is it DLC?
Yeah, I think it's literally a day one DLC.
Me personally, I've never played Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne. I've heard good things about it, but personally, I've never played it.
Yeah, the closest thing to Shin Megami Tensei I've played is the Persona series. I know next to nothing about like the actual like SMT.
Yeah,
games.
I've played Persona 1, 3, 4, 5. I've played Devil Survivor 2. I want to say there's another Shin Megami Tensei game I've played, but I can't think about it right now. Like, it's not coming to my brain. But yeah, I've played quite a few of them, and I always end up loving the games. So I'm pretty sure that if I end up playing Nocturne, I'll end up enjoying it.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, it honestly, because, I mean, it's an old game, but, like, I don't know, it looks good. I don't know. It holds up, I mean, like, graphics-wise. Although that cel-shaded style usually always lends itself pretty well. But yeah, no, looking forward to that. This is kind of just another one of those headlines that made me laugh. I can kind of get into the story a little bit, but, essentially, there is, in the UK, a publication that covers like tool sheds and sheds called What Shed, and they put out a job ad looking for professional Minecraft landscapers. The only problem is that kids keep applying. Dude, get this though. The pay is like £50 an hour, which is like $70 an hour.
That's really cool.
It's cool, but like apparently the problem is literally that kids are like the only people applying for it. And it's like literally like 13, 12-year-olds, and like the article was interviewing them, and they just kept saying like, I've been playing Minecraft like forever. Just please like trust my like expertise. It's like, oh god.
You know, like on the subject of like, people like, young people saying like things like that or whatever. I'm sure you've heard the the Chug Jug with You song.
I fucking love Chug Jug with you. Oh my god.
You know that some people don't realize that that's supposed to be a parody of Estelle's American Boy?
Wait, people think it's an original song?
Yeah, people think it's like legitimately an original song.
No, come on. Are we that old?
It feels like it sometimes. I mean, like
Fuck.
if I go up to like, a younger kid nowadays and I talk about like shoop de whoop and stuff like that, they're not gonna know what the fuck I'm
They
talking
don't know
about.
shoot the whoop.
They're not gonna know what the fuck the impossible quiz is.
Uh, oh my fucking god. I still don't think I've ever beaten the impossible quiz.
I've
I know
beaten
there's
it a few
walkthroughs.
times.
I have not
Yeah.
beaten it. Oh, this was a cool one. This one's actually a really cool one. Although I'm just not entirely sure if it's gonna be as good as they think it will be. Niantic is going to be making a new AR game with Nintendo about Pikmin.
Oh, is that real?
Yep, that's real.
Oh, man, I saw somebody talk about like a Pikmin Go,
Mhm.
and I thought it was just like a meme because I thought it was just like, oh, it's probably gonna be like a video of some dude throwing his phone at like a fucking bear and being like, "Hey, beat that thing up."
Yeah.
Because like I don't know if you were aware of this. A
Go
few
on.
years ago, Final Fantasy 14,
Mhm.
they made a April Fool's video, and it was for Final Fantasy 14 Go, and it was called Gathering Outdoors.
Gathering outdoors.
And it was so you could while you're not logged into Final Fantasy 14, you could use your phone as like an AR thing and gather
What? I
items.
want that.
And dude, everybody wanted it, and it
It was a
looked like a real
joke?
thing for a while until like they got to like they were like showing like people mining, and they were like there was like a dude like on some rocks, and he was like making like pickaxe motions, and it was like it made like the little like da 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 da
Uh-huh.
da da noise. Like he got like a rock or like some mineral, and like somebody doing like botany, and they were like swinging their phone like an axe at a tree, and then it made the noise. And then it got to the fissure, and it showed somebody throwing their phone into a lake, and then like the phone made the noise while it was underwater, and it's just
That
like,
makes me fucking mad. That's actually a genius idea.
Final Fantasy disabled comments on that video specifically.
Cause it's such a good fucking idea. Why would they do that?
Dude, like I
Pranks
don't think
can
they
work
realized.
sometimes, but like that was legitimately like a genius fucking idea.
Yeah, no, me as somebody who plays like a shitload of Pokemon Go, like,
Uh-huh.
because like I don't have a car, so I walk around, I take the bus places. Like
Right.
I get like a lot of mileage out of Pokemon Go. I
Mhm.
saw that, and I was, because this was before I had any crafters or gatherers leveled up, so I was like popping off. Like I was like, yes, I can level up my gatherers and not have to do any work in game doing it. Like this is perfect. And then
Oh
they
my
showed the guy
god.
throwing his phone in the lake, and I was like, oh no, it's an April Fool's joke.
I'm so fucking mad, dude. I'm literally like right now every day I try to like grind a bit more of my gathering and crafting classes. It's so fucking tedious. I love it. My favorite.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
their April Fool's joke 3 years ago.
but yeah, but this Pikmin game's real. This Pikmin game's actually a thing, and apparently, Miyamoto it was being like interviewed about it and talking about how basically he hopes that the app will become a partner in your life, which is, I guess that's ambitious, if
I
nothing
mean, real
else.
talk. I mean, I think I've told you this story before, but I'm not sure. Um, but I remember I downloaded Pokemon Go like illegally. Like I downloaded it a
What?
few days before it came out in the like
You
North
sure you
American
want to be
store.
admitting this on podcast? You
Yeah,
know I'm
yeah,
a
it's fine
cop.
now. But uh, because there's like this like third party app called like the Coup app
Mhm.
that can let you download games like from that are like or apps from like countries that aren't in your region or whatever.
Right, right.
And they had gotten the APK file for Pokemon Go, so uh I ended up downloading it early. I think it was like just after Anime Expo, and I remember because my friend's girlfriend at the time texted him about it, and he was like, I don't know, I do a lot of mobile banking, and she was like, but it's Pokemon. He's like, yeah, you're right, but like he looked
Yeah.
at me first because he was just like, what do you think about this? And I was already downloading it. I was like, huh? Like, and I remember the next day in the morning, uh, I left a note for my mom because I woke up. I woke up at 6 a.m. and I left a note for my mom on the kitchen table that said, went out to catch Pokemon. Be home soon. Like, love
In
you."
a perfect world, we
And
all be doing that.
like I went out, I fucking caught Pokemon, and then like at 8 o'clock, my mom called me. She's like, "What the fuck is this?"
What
And
the
I was
fuck?
like, "I'm playing Pokemon Go." Like, I remember that day I biked like all around my city just catching Pokemon all over the place.
There is nothing like that fucking week that Pokemon Go launched and the whole world just got together and like enjoyed like each other for once. Like world peace was attainable for
No, it
one
wasn't.
solid
You know
week.
why? You know why it wasn't?
Why?
Because Team Wars were a thing.
Oh my god, I fucking forgot about how cutthroat that used to be. But if you're not Team Mystic, get the fuck stop listening.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here. If you're this is a Team Mystic podcast. I'm sorry. Get the fuck out of here if you're not. I remember I cut out like fucking little I printed out the Team Mystic logo and I like slid it in my phone case like to like represent. I was walking around like it's just so you know who I'm repping.
I'm never gonna forget. There was this one night that me and a bunch of my friends we were in like LA, like the little Tokyo area.
Mhm.
Um, and we were just walking around catching Pokemon. And then like we sat down because there's this one place on the street that's between like four stops.
Mhm.
Um, and we just sat down there and we were just like we just put a bunch of lures down and started catching Pokemon without really like moving. And then a few other people came by and we ended up gathering like a group of like I want to say like maybe like maybe somewhere in the teens or 20s like of people just
Mhm.
like sitting there chatting playing Pokemon Go, like just a bunch of people together.
So cool.
That is a memory. Like I don't remember any of the people's names or anything, but uh that is an experience that I wish I could get back. Or I remember going to the Santa Monica Pier and like everyone was playing Pokemon Go, and then somebody's like shouted like, "Oh, there's like a war turtle at the other end of the pier," and then like it was just a fucking
Yeah.
stampede of people
People died
moving.
from those stampedes.
I remember also at the Redondo Beach Pier.
I was literally about to say that was like my go-to was Redondo Beach.
I would go there with a bunch with like two friends specifically all the time, and I remember one time somebody found a Dratini like at the other end of like the
Dratini's
other part
they
of the pier,
reliably spawned there. I swear to God, they reliably spawned there.
and like we all like a bunch of people just booked it because they wanted to catch it.
I like vividly remember like consistently going to Redondo Beach and always getting Dratinis.
Yeah,
And
I miss
it
like
used
the
to be
first.
so good too with like the like what's it called? The what am I thinking of? They had the tracker apps or like the websites where like you could like see on the map like where they were.
Yeah,
I don't care what they said, that was not cheating. Like you can
I
do that
remember
in
those.
Pokemon with the fucking Pokedex. Like it's not fucking cheating.
Yeah.
Fuck off, Niantic, taking my fun away. Because like I legitimately remember like playing guy in the chair for one of my friends and being like, "There's a Dragonite, like I see it like over in Palos Verdes. We gotta like go down and
Yeah, no, I
find it."
remember me and my friends, we would have like our like we would have Pokemon Go, and then we would also be swapping back and forth like oh, there's something over here, like let's go this way.
Yeah, man. Like I think I even paid for one of the the apps that did it, and then like it was like the next day that they cut it off, and I was like, well, I wasted my fucking money on this. Those people that made those apps, did they make bank before like it shut down? Like they didn't have to refund anybody, I don't think.
I would assume that they did, because like Pokemon Go Mania was like such a huge thing.
It was fucking huge. I loved it. I loved every fucking second of it.
Yeah, did I tell you that I got like $75 in Riot points because of Pokemon Go?
Oh, the fuck?
Okay, so Pokemon Go has community days, right?
Yeah.
Where, specific Pokemon will spawn in like an excessive number,
Oh
and
yeah.
there's like a higher chance for it to be shiny, and if you evolve it into its final form, it'll have special moves, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so me and two of my friends, one of them's Tam actually, we would
Oh
go to
damn.
Redondo Beach Pier to catch Pokemon specifically on uh community days, because like there would be like a shit ton of like people putting out lures and whatnot in each of the
Yeah.
shops. Um
Remember those.
and for like 3 community days in a row, we ran into this one dude and his daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And we just, we started moving as like a pack, like we would like clear gyms together or whatever.
Yeah.
And on the third day, the third community day, we ran into him again, and then I saw he had a Riot Games shirt, a
Oh
Riot Games
shit.
backpack, and a Riot Games jacket. And I
Oh
was
my
like,
god.
hey, by any chance, do you work for Riot Games? Like, oh yeah, I work for Riot.
How'd
And
you
I was
know?
like, oh, that's sick. Like me and my other friend, we play League all the time. And he was like, oh really? Like, what are your like Riot accounts and your emails? Like, if you give them to me, uh, I can just give you, because like all Riot employees have like a stash of like Riot points that we could just give to you,
Oh my god.
give to fans that we meet. And I was like, oh, that's sick. So I gave him my Riot account and like my name and my email, thinking like I thought he'd give me like, I don't know, like maybe like $10 or something. Next day, I wake up to an email and he gave me $75 of Riot points.
How the fuck did
And I
that?
was like, holy shit, what?
It's like finding a special NPC. That's fucking crazy. I I was like, I remember a good like summer where me and Maya, my girlfriend, were like on a Pokemon Go Discord for South Bay, and like they were like, because like they would coordinate raids, and like they would set up like where you meet in the morning, and like all the places that you're gonna hit along the way, and like plan the whole like route and everything. And I remember like taking part in those, and like it was pretty fun, but also like they are, some of them are very fucking dedicated and serious, to the
Oh,
point where like it
some
started
people
getting a little bit
are,
like okay.
yeah, some people are way too try hard.
Yeah, like I think we had fun for the most part. Like I'm not gonna say like I'm not trashing everybody on there. It's just that like there were some days where it's like they were like very like, okay, you can't be like, don't be standoffish or anything, or like they would like call you out if like you weren't like being as social and shit like that. And I was like, okay, like just let them fucking play the game. Like don't be mean. They don't have to socialize with you. It's like people were like craving that like social feeling of the first week and being like, bring it back. You have to participate.
Yeah. You
But
know
like,
that some people made a bank off of Pokemon Go?
yeah, Niantic and the
No,
people
no,
that made
aside
the,
like
the compass.
because there are some Pokemon that are like region locked.
Oh yeah, that's right. Well,
Like
they had that one community day where they were available, because I think that's how I got my Farfetch'd.
yeah, cuz like I remember that I caught when I went to Peru, I caught like Chatot and Heracross, cuz you can only get those in South America.
Oh shit.
And I got back and I traded it to my friend. And then cuz like they played Pokemon Go and they wanted to get as many monsters, or not monsters, what am I saying? As many Pokemon for their
Those
Pokedex as they
critters.
could. And then one of my friends was like, "Hey, one of my friends is offering to buy a Chatot for like $20." And I was like,
Oh, let's
"Excuse me?"
go.
And he's like, "Yeah, because since you can only get it in South America, and he doesn't have like the money or the time to fly to South America, and I told him that I got one from you. He wants to buy another one, and he wants to buy one. I was like, okay.
I like I like how Niantic tried to like go around it by like making you pay like for the star, or not pay for the starbust, but like yeah, you need to have enough Stardust in order to trade or whatever. As if
Uh-huh.
like that was gonna stop like any sort of monetary transactions happening between trainers. Uh
Huh.
Pokemon Go. Well, maybe
Come
Pikmin
on.
Go will be the next one, and it will unite the world once again with Pikmin. I love Pikmin. I don't know. I'm looking forward to it. It's obviously not gonna be like Pokemon Go, but
Yeah,
I'm interested to see what they'll do.
I'm assuming it's gonna have more of a focus on cooperative play as opposed to like Pokemon Go having that sort of competitive aspect with the three teams.
Yeah, their mission statement apparently for this game, they said is to make walking fun. So I that should be interesting.
I'ma be real. Pokemon Go made walking fun for me. Like
It did. Oh yeah. No, it really fucking did.
like I was biking every day like just to find more Pokemon.
Man, we gotta let it go. This times are over. Well, I guess you could still play Pokemon Go. It's not over, but we gotta let go of that week. It's in the
Yeah.
past. Anyway, Tyus, I'm gonna send something to you in the Discord. I want to know your opinion. Here it is. It's coming right now. Here it goes. How do you feel about that?
Let's see. Oh yeah, I've seen it. The long Pikachu.
Long Pikachu, Centipede Pikachu. Knowing it's your favorite Pokemon, how do you feel about Centipede Pikachu?
Disturbed.
I love it personally. I kind of, it kind of looks edible to me. I don't know why. Uh, it's like the dango. I want to have some.
Each one of those segments is like it's a little donut hole.
Yes, I want to eat it so badly. Why am I getting hungry like at the fucking Centipede Pikachu? It's
I don't
cool.
fucking know, dude.
It's neat. It's also bootlegged, apparently. I thought it was legit. I thought legitimately Pokemon Center was
No,
selling
no.
that. I was like, wow, all right. It's weird but cool.
Oh, they're going in the weird direction. Hell yeah.
I was like, a bold approach by Pokemon Center. But no, yeah, it's neat. Anyway, that's it for my headlines. That's literally everything in the news. Centipede Pikachu is the big finale.
The big one.
shows you just how fucking active gaming news is right now. So I guess
Yeah.
that means we can move to our topic, roguelikes and roguelites. Should we
Yeah.
define the distinction between the two? Because like I always knew in my head, like I just kind of associated like them being interchangeable, but I guess technically they're different.
Yeah, they are different. So, for those who don't know, roguelikes and roguelites get their I guess genre from the original game Rogue, which was like a text-based kind of dungeon crawler where when you died you would lose everything and you'd have to start over from the beginning. And so
And
that
it
genre,
stuck.
yeah,
It
that game
really
has
stuck.
spawned a genre of games where roguelikes are more in line with the original Rogue game, where when you die, you lose everything that you had, uh, and you start from scratch when you play again. Whereas roguelites generally offer some sort of permanent upgrades that don't necessarily like give you like a super advantage in most cases, but they do help out because like you'll also they could also be in the form of like progression based power ups or whatever.
Yeah.
But um, they're they're not often like I guess well they could be game breaking in some games, but in a lot of
Yeah,
cases
one
it's
game
just like
specifically on my list. It's all about game breaking.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
You want to start off with that one then?
Gonna talk about Risk of Rain 2. The fucking break. I mean, like that game. I'm like trying to classify it. So would that be roguelite then? Although it's closer to like it's more action gamey, but like it has elements of like
It's an
roguelite.
action game. I would say it's more rogue. I'd say it's more roguelike than roguelite because you don't necessarily get upgrades, you just get different characters to play as.
And they all break the same way. Oh god. I mean,
That
I
game
honestly
is
that
so
game
insane.
it is, and the feel of it is I think just my favorite thing, and the way that like every character feels unique, it makes me want to keep playing it over and over again to like master everything. It's genius. Although I can't master the fucking Attack on Titan arms guy.
Oh, were you grappling hook and you get to spin around and punch shit really hard?
Yeah. This is way too fucking hard for me for some reason.
Oh, I don't know what character is my favorite. I really like, I can't remember his name, but the guy with the sword, just because you get
Oh, he's cool.
a bonus jump and you get like a dash that makes you invincible if you hit something, and you can like keep dashing and just hitting and resetting shit.
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like I'm so basic, but literally the spaceman with the two guns is pretty like solid for me.
Oh, he's a lot of fun.
Like
Like
I'm yeah, yeah.
I was a problem that I have with some roguelikes is that they make like not all of the weapons or characters feel as fun to play as. But I
Mm.
think that Risk of Rain 2 has hit such a really good sweet spot where like even if you're bad with the character, it feels fun.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean like coming from me, the casual trademark gamer of this podcast, like I just genuinely like have a great sense of like enjoyment every time I play that game, and I'm not good at it. Like I know I'm not good at it, but still like I get like addicted if I like play it like just once. I can't like I just got to keep like one more run. That's literally like the fucking tagline for every one of these games.
I'm
Just one more
curious,
run.
have we ever gone into the difference between you and I when it comes to how we play games in a lot of cases?
I don't know if we have on podcasts at all, huh?
Yeah, so I guess for those who are listening who don't know us that well, um,
We
me
established this on the
personally,
sixth fucking episode.
yeah, me personally, I am a very competitive gamer, to the point where I enter in various esports tournaments and various different genres. Primarily fighting games, but I'm a big fan of the MOBA genre as well. I've been playing League of Legends since fucking season 2, and I want to kill myself. But
Fuck
I've
yeah.
also played Pokemon competitively. I've played a lot of games competitively. Smash Bros. Competitively. That's the first game that I played competitively, and yeah.
And then you got me who just likes to meander my way around everything on the fucking menu. I I I just genuinely like gaming as a medium, and the thing is like I want to try a bit of everything. But the problem is I kind of just come and go as I please, and that means I leave a lot of things unfinished even though I could very much enjoy them. I just don't dedicate myself enough to it to get like into a hardcore scene. However, I do like there is a bit of me that does like the competitive style at points. Like when you were like when Tyus was teaching me Smash Bros when we were working together, like the same place, and like I legitimately was getting into it. And I think it's possible for me to do it, but my preferred style of gameplay is more slovenly and just kind of like, oh yeah, I'll just kind of get around to it when I do. I'm
Yeah,
literally just now getting around to Final Fantasy VII. Like,
there's nothing wrong with taking a game at a casual pace or a casual perspective. Um, like I'm well aware that like me as a competitive player, I'm more in the minority in most cases.
you
Um,
scare me.
I remember when I first played Smash against you. That was a fun night.
I fucking was shaking in fear.
But
But when we were playing a lot though, I got to a point where I felt like more confident in like my playing ability. Like it felt good. I totally understand what you like go through.
yeah, no. My mindset is that there's no such thing as somebody who can't get good at a game. Because I mean, hey, when I was first playing Smash, like my little cousin used to beat me. Like I used to be garbage at the game.
No.
And it was because I practiced and I learned and I kept applying myself that I got better to the point where I wanted to go to tournaments and whatnot. And I've won tournament sets. I've gotten the first tournament that I entered, I got second place at. Like, it's just a matter of practicing and learning. And I feel like a big problem is that a lot of people get discouraged when they lose or when they don't get it right away. And for
Yeah.
me, especially as a fighting game player, losing is one of the best things that can happen to you because it makes you learn what you're bad at and it helps you improve because you can watch a replay and be like, oh, in this situation I should have done this.
Failure is the best teacher.
It is. It honestly is. Like when I first played Street Fighter, I've told this story like dozens of times at this point, but when I first played Street Fighter, my friend came over to my house because he was picking me up to play Pokemon Go. And I told him I had been practicing Street Fighter. And he's been playing Street Fighter since he was like just a wee lad when he lived in Japan.
Wee lad.
And he beat me 40-0 in terms of sets. And I was fucking salty to the point where in my mind the only thing that was going through was I never want to lose this bad again.
Oh God. See that's the difference between us because I don't my voice in my head just keeps going like, oh, that was fun. Oh, that was, like I don't feel that strive to be like I gotta like get above this or whatever. I'm just more like, oh, this is interesting. Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, the voice in my head, because like honestly, part of it was also like kind of like I don't want to say cockiness, but like this friend also plays Smash at like a somewhat competitive level. Like he doesn't play at the highest, like he doesn't practice Smash as much as he practices like other fighting games.
Mhm.
But whenever we would play Smash, like any Smash game, I would beat him like pretty bad.
Mm.
And part of me was just like, man, I like the feeling of being able to beat people more than I like the feeling of losing to people. So
No, that makes sense. That
I'm
does
gonna
make
practice
sense.
to get back to that point where I can beat him.
Yeah, and then meanwhile I'm over here like, all right, what's next? like, like on the platter. But that, I mean, yeah, that's our dynamic, and that's what I think. That's always what makes our like. Whenever we delve into things, it makes our what's the word, like point of views like really like interesting. Our perspectives.
Yeah, I feel like it's a very good juxtaposition.
Yeah, and it keeps everything well rounded, and that's why Risk of Rain 2 gets our seal of approval.
Risk of Rain 2 is so much fun.
It's so good. Like if you
Especially when you
guys,
get to like the have you messed around with the runes?
yeah, it's just brokey. It's
Yeah.
brokey. I've never played a game that encourages you to break it like more than that. Like, and the game like really revels in it in the system where kind of like how everything gets like harder the longer that like you last and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Like the game fucking just revels in its brokenness. And I love that about it. I really genuinely do. Ugh.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun when developers can see that you're kind of breaking their game and
Mhm.
they're just like, "Hey, we get it. You're breaking our game and you know what? We're cool with it."
Yeah. And honestly, it's also fun in that kind of like what's the word? Like and I think this kind of goes for a lot of these games on here, but like that feeling of like after you finish a run and like you know like you lose everything and you got to do a run over again from like the start. But to me, it's like it's that same thrill I get like playing like Galaga at the arcade or something. Like it's that arcade feel of like, oh yeah, I want to pop another quarter in, or like, oh yeah, like let's keep it going.
Yeah, cuz I know that some people don't like roguelikes because of that whole permanent loss thing, but for me, it's it's like the game that keeps on giving because no two runs are ever going to be the exact same.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like you're playing a new game with every single run that you do.
Oh yeah, and like recent roguelikes have like really mastered that feeling. And I mean, like I'm pretty sure it's something that we're gonna talk about. One that I've been playing recently specifically is definitely gonna tap in a bit of that. But yeah, for Risk of Rain 2, if you guys have not played this game, freaking give it a shot. It's a good to me, I think if you're trying to like check out like if roguelikes are more like your scene, it's a great way to kind of dip your toe in the water and get a feel of like whether it's for you or not. Because action games to me I feel like are pretty easily accessible, especially one like this that has like multiplayer and like it's wave based. I think it's pretty easy to jump in and kind of give it a shot.
You know what I just realized?
What?
Risk of Rain 2 is another game that I convinced you to get.
Oh my god. It's the new fucking drinking game for the podcast. Take a drink every time I bring up a game that I love that Tyus had to like basically like convince me to buy.
I mean, honestly, it doesn't feel like I'm convincing you to buy stuff because, like, after like the first one, it seems like I just talk about a game enough, and you're just like, "All right, I'll buy it."
Yeah, it's literally it's come to the point now where you just mention a game I haven't heard of. I'm like, okay, it's in my Steam cart. You don't need to keep telling me. Like I know, I'm gonna love
And
it.
one thing about roguelikes that I don't remember who said this. I'm stealing this from a YouTube video, but I really agree with it. Is that in one sense, roguelikes can be viewed as the ultimate form of skill-based gaming, simply because you're always starting from zero,
Oh
and
yeah, that makes sense.
clearing it is almost the same difficulty no matter how far you're like, because you're always starting from the bottom and going to the end.
Oh, that makes sense. I actually really like that.
Yeah, and that is like, I think it's like roguelikes tap into that like really try hard gamer part of my brain where I'm just like, no, I gotta make it to the fucking end before I get all the upgrades or something, or I gotta make it to the end before like I get this power up because I just want to see if like I can do it, you know?
Oh my god! And then my brain over here is like Patrick in the snail race episode. Is like, it's okay, Rocky. You go when you feel like it. I do like the bite-sized nature of the games though, where it's just like, oh, I could just pick it up and go. Risk of Rain 2 is a very much like a game you could do that. It's like, just like, hey, I got like 20 minutes to kill. Let me just play.
Yeah.
What am I saying? You can like live forever in that game if you wanted to. But
Oh man, I remember me and two of my friends. We had a Risk of Rain 2 run that lasted 2.5 hours.
oh my, that's just how broken you can be.
Yeah, because we were using mods. It's this one specific mod that when you get a power up, it's shared amongst all the players.
Oh, that's fucking so broken, dude. Are you
And
fucking kidding?
like um we ended up having like everyone ended up having like I don't know, like I think like 11 double jumps because of hoppo feathers and everything. Like
Oh my god. The fuck, dude.
yeah, it was so fun.
That sounds like fun though. All right. Hit me with your a game from your list.
Oh, there's so many. It's kind of hard to just pick one. Because like
Only one.
yeah, like there's so many roguelikes that I've played. And each one of them is like really unique and very like brings something different to the table. Because like just looking at my Steam library, at the very top I have 20XX and 30XX.
Ooh.
And these are roguelikes inspired by Mega Man X.
I didn't know that they were roguelikes. I knew that they were inspired by Mega Man X. I just did not know at all that they were roguelikes.
Yeah, they're roguelikes and they are incredibly well designed. Like you can get different because there's in 20XX there's three different characters. 30XX right now is in it's in alpha. It's you can like pay to get early access to it, but like there are different like weapon mods, there's different like chest mods, head mods and leg mods. Different the bosses obviously give you like powers based on them. There's
Oh,
like
that's
the
cool.
the wall jump and dash mechanics just feel like
Like Mega Man?
very, yeah, it feels very Mega Man X, which is something that I really like. Um so yeah, those games in my opinion absolutely great. And they don't feel like stupid difficult.
Like Mega Man X, hardest. I legitimately can't beat Mega Man X. That game is too hard for me. Goddamn.
That game is pretty unforgiving, I'm not gonna lie.
It's hard for my weak brain. Yeah. I have one that I'm pretty sure you were gonna bring up.
Go
Because
for it.
we talked about it at work before. Enter the Gungeon.
You know what's my second most played game on my Switch?
Is it fucking
It's,
Enter the
it's Enter the
Gungeon?
Gungeon.
It fucking combines my love of arcade twin stick shooters like Robotron 2084 and Smash TV. Like, it makes it a fucking like addicting like little bite-sized piece, little romp. I
I
love it.
think
It's a
one of the
roguelike.
best parts about it, like for me, because I was honestly never a big fan of twin stick
Oh,
shooters.
I'm gonna kill you.
For me,
Have you
like
played Robotron 2084?
I haven't actually,
It's a fucking arcade game with 2 joysticks. And that's it.
but
Amazing.
Enter the Gungeon for me combines roguelikes with bullet hells.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
And I've played a shitload of bullet. Like when I was in middle school and high school, I played a shitload of Toho.
Oh god.
And I think another thing that I just love about Enter the Gungeon is that there's so many references to other games in such clever ways
No.
that
It's,
I just love it.
it's so fucking clever. The art's so cute. It's clever. And by clever I mean like it's got such a fucking funny gimmick of everything being like ammunition or like some pun on like gun
Oh my
culture.
god. I'm never gonna forget when the game like absolutely duped me.
Oh
So
god.
there's a gun called the Bullet, and it's shaped like a little handgun bullet, and it shoots handguns.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's the description of it. And then there's a shotgun shell called the Shell, and it shoots shotguns that like rotate and fire as they're in air. And then I got a gun called the Elephant Gun, and its description is shoots elephants. And I thought, oh, this is gonna shoot a whole fucking elephant at my enemies. And I go in and I just shoot. It's just like a really powerful shotgun because like it's what's this is really unfortunate, but this is what it was used in real life to like
Oh, just
hunt
shoot
actual
elephants.
elephants. And like I actually paused the game and laughed because I like the game just duped me because I was just like, oh, I'm gonna shoot a whole ass elephant at my enemies.
Yeah, it sets you up with all these ridiculous fucking guns and like all the weapons, and then like the one that actually has like a real world. Like, yeah, we do mess with it. Like, we just put it in the game. Elephant gun.
Yeah, and then like I think one of my favorite guns is the Mega Hand, which is just the Mega Buster from Mega
Oh
Man
yeah, that's true. It
that you can
literally.
charge up. But then
Yeah.
if you get certain other guns, you get the ability to change your Mega Buster to be powered up by that weapon because there's
Mm.
gun combos.
Oh my. Yeah. I also really like. I mean, it's kind of a small thing in the game, but like the cover system is really cool. How you can like flip tables and like shit to like make cover. Like it
Yeah,
works
yeah.
so well.
I also really like because they added this in a recent in an update. You can slide over tables too.
Oh fuck! What? I gotta play.
Yeah, so if you dodge roll onto a table, you slide over it.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
And so
God, I
there are
gotta play
some
Enter the
rooms
Gungeon.
with
It's been a
like
while.
really long. There's some rooms with really long chains of tables, so you could just slide over the whole thing.
Oh my fucking god, dude. But yeah, I mean, I just love Enter the Gungeon. I just really do. If you guys like twin stick shooters, it's very easy to get into.
It is such a great game.
Hit me with
Uh,
another. I need more.
well, this game is one that I would argue kind of kicked off the roguelike genre,
Ooh,
and that's Rogue Legacy.
rogue like. I mean, it has rogue in the name.
It's Rogue Legacy is a pretty freaking old game. Let me actually look up when it came out because uh
Rogue like.
yeah, it's Rogue Legacy is from 2013. and essentially you're like a knight trying to I don't even remember what the story about
Oh
it
my god,
is.
I don't even remember. I've never seen this game before.
Yeah. It's um I don't remember what the story about it is, but essentially your entire like family tree, your entire lineage is trying to like destroy the evil that's inside this castle.
Oh,
And
okay.
the best part, I one of the things I love about it is that uh when you die and like you have to pick your next heir,
Uh-huh.
it gives you three options. And the characters can be different classes, but they can also have different genetic like just different genetic stuff. So like you
Oh,
could
that's
have a
fucking cool.
no, but it's like really funny because like you could have a character with like IBS, like irritable bowel syndrome, so every time they jump they fart.
What the fuck? It's just like little pointless ones like that.
Yeah, or there's one where your child could be colorblind, so the entire game is played in black and white. There's one where your child could have dwarfism, so they'll be smaller.
Oh my god.
There's one where your child could have hollow bones, so like they jump higher, but their knockback is also
The
increased.
fuck? Born with hollow bones.
Uh,
Like birds.
yeah, and uh, it's a really fun, well-made game, and they recently, like after 7 years, they put out Rogue Legacy 2 on Steam for early access last year.
Oh. I do see the logo for that as I'm scrolling.
But yeah, those Rogue Legacy and Rogue Legacy 2 are so much fun if you like platformers.
I love that heritage like mechanic. That's fucking like really funny. Um another, I was questioning whether or not this counted. I'm gonna say fuck it, it does count. Another roguelike that I enjoy, Final Fantasy 14.
Excuse me?
The fucking Palace of the Dead.
Oh yeah, no, that counts. I'm a Palace of the Dead addict, as I've told you.
It's just fucking addicting because the rewards, baby. Give me the rewards. Oh my
Yeah.
god. It's really bare bones and simple in terms of like roguelikes. I do like the cooperative nature though, where it's like that shared inventory. And you gotta kind of like work together to plan like when you want to use the stuff.
You see, my dumbass has pretty much done it solo for most of my time. I've
Yeah,
only done it with other people a few times.
when you told me that, because I do it with a party of four, and like I told them that like you did on your own, and like we're literally like just cleared the first like 100, and like we barely fucking did it, and we're like, how? Like how the fuck?
I have problems.
Like I can't even imagine doing the next 100. Like, are you fucking kidding me? The fucking owls are annoying as shit. They can get me
Yeah, the ones that
flustered.
put you to sleep.
Yeah, fuck those owls. Fuck Palace of Dead, but Palace of Dead's great. And if you have Final Fantasy 14, you didn't know that there's a roguelike in your game that's cooperative. Now you know. Give it a shot. You'll get some cool stuff. You can get a red panda by doing it if you're lucky. But if you're not, you just keep doing it until maybe you get it. The good roll. You never know. No, I'm surprised you haven't mentioned a roguelike. I was convinced you brought up the roguelike stuff, but I mean you like roguelikes in general. So this isn't like surprising that this would be a topic. But there was one game I thought that would have been the one that like spurred this on.
I'm assuming you're talking about Hades.
Yeah, I'm talking about Hades.
I fucking love Hades, dude. Hades is how can I put this into words like properly? Well, one, Hades has a really good story,
Hmm.
which is I think is pretty rare in the roguelike genre because most of the time they don't craft roguelikes with a what's it called, with a story in mind.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
But Hades has a really, really, really compelling story.
Hmm.
Like that's one of its, and the people who made Hades Supergiant Games, they have always done great work with music and art. Like I think the art style for Hades is just fantastic.
Yeah,
There's
from
not a lot
everything
of
I've seen.
weapons in Hades, but each one of them feels so fun and good to use. And that's something that I find rare in roguelikes. Like I will often find myself drawn to like one set of weapons or one type of weapon in most roguelikes.
Hmm.
But Hades is like the first roguelike I found where I don't care what weapon I'm using, I enjoy it a lot.
That sounds fucking incredible, dude. I've been hearing literally like if not from you, just from the internet in general, like how good Hades is, and yes, I'm aware I need to play it. I'm sure I'll love it. Oh god, I know I'll love it. It
You know, I
looks
bought
great.
Hades twice.
You oh like let me guess, on Switch and on like PC.
Yeah, I had it on PC, loved it so much, I bought it on Switch so I could play it on the go.
I was thinking about picking it up when it came to that like physical version.
I would recommend it. Like I think the game is
It's not a bad
criminal.
price
Like
either.
I wouldn't even say it's underrated because, you know, anyone who talks about Hades talks about how good it is.
Hmm.
Um so I wouldn't even say it's underrated, but like the fact that it didn't win Game of the Year at the Game Awards fucking pissed me off.
Yeah, that was the thing I thought for sure. I wrote up like I was gonna do a whole prediction video for the Game Awards. I ended up not making it, but like that was my prediction for Game of the Year. I thought it was gonna go to Hades.
It deserves it.
At least from
100%
everything I
deserves
heard and how
it.
much people were talking about it. Yeah, I agree that it deserved it. But sadly, it's just not good enough, Tyus. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Jeff Keighley, god of game quality, said so. Sorry, not today. So wait, what's the feature? Because like people keep saying it's so like when you die, there's like a lot of like unique dialogue trees and stuff like that. Like, is there just like is it that there's a lot of dialogue, so it feels like it's not as like repetitive or?
There's a lot of dialogue simply because, like I said, the game has a very big story focus.
Hmm.
And there's like a bunch of NPCs you can talk to. And there's also this whole like affection thing that you could have with most of the NPCs in the game.
Oh, good.
Um
You can date
and
them.
it's almost like you can date them. And
Does it
there's
give you like
just,
little perks or something? And like when you
yeah,
go
it
into
does.
dungeons? Okay.
You can get like little trinkets from each one of, with like most of the NPCs.
Hmm.
But uh there it's I cannot recommend Hades enough. I have three friends who recommended it to me. One of these friends is actually my project lead at Idea Factory.
Oh
My
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 god.
the project lead for my first project at Idea Factory. To where he was just like, "Hey, like I know you like roguelikes, so you should definitely give this one a shot. Like it's like really, really good." And I was like, "I mean, if you're talking to me on like our work time to tell me about this, like I guess I gotta give it a shot." And I was not disappointed at all.
Walks over to your desk, slaps it. So get, I heard you like roguelikes.
I don't remember how the subject came up, but I remember we were talking like I was like, "Oh yeah, I fucking love like Enter the Gungeon and Risk of Rain 2 and all these games." And he's just like, "Oh, you should play Hades if you haven't already."
Oh my god, dude. I at this point, I'm so fucking late to the party. It doesn't mean I shouldn't play it though. I fucking made that mistake with Undertale where I was like, oh, the community's kind of weird and like, oh, I don't know. People keep talking about how good it is, and I'm kind of annoyed by seeing all the same jokes over and over again. Then I played it, and I'm like, oh wow, there's like love put into this game.
Undertale, like, it's not a roguelike or anything, but I fucking loved Undertale when I first played it. The community's garbage. It's a fucking
Yeah,
dumpster fire. But the game itself, and like the creator, Toby Fox, like, that is some fucking high quality shit.
yeah. I mean, like, I literally like just went into it with like my view being just kind of jaded because I thought I pretty much saw all the jokes already. I was like, okay, like how funny is this game gonna be? Like I went into it basically expecting it to be like like LOL XD like random waffles like the game or some shit.
Mhm.
And then I was like really fucking surprised by just like how fucking heartwarming it is and how like wholesome and like how it's like it's such a fucking like human like tale. Anyway, this isn't about Undertale. I'm getting distracted. I mainly just wanted to bring it up because like there is like I as far as I know, the Hades fandom is not toxic. I've just been hearing nothing but good things about it, and I need to get on that and not sleep on it like I
You
did with
should.
Undertale.
You definitely should.
I slept on Undertale and now I played it and everyone's like already moved on. Hey, um, I guess if that was our Hades segment, I got one that I literally played on stream a few days ago and I've been playing like nonstop for like the past 2 days. It's a very good one.
Yeah, I've heard about it, and I know which one you're talking about.
It's called Going Under by Aggro Crab Games. Super fucking fun. I first heard about it just kind of on Twitter. I thought it looked kind of neat with the art style. I kind of knew the premise, like where it's, you know, you're like an intern in like a big like corporation and you got to like go down and like I thought it was kind of neat, but nothing really like wowed me about it. It wasn't until like I forgot who I watched streaming it that I was like, "Oh, this looks like right up my alley." And playing it like there's so many fucking like it's not only like really like just kind of charming, the art style specifically to me, like I just love the colors and like the simple shapes and stuff. Like
Mhm.
everything looks like it's made of like Nerf like Nerf foam.
Yeah, like it's got a very unique art style.
Yeah.
That I don't know how to describe it. It's like I almost get kind of like a no, like a Muppets feel isn't the right
Yeah,
word for it, but like
but it's in that area.
yeah, that almost kind of like adult. Like the best way I could describe it is like like an adult kid feel for it.
Yeah. Yeah. This game, by the way, if you're like a kid, you're probably not gonna relate to like anything that's being said. This game is like so just like over the top, like geared to people like in the, you know, like working class, like blue collar, or like even just like if you've ever had an office job, like this game is so fucking relatable. It brought me back to like working for the life insurance place when I was like an intern. And like it's that because like you play as, you know, an unpaid intern that just started work at a it's like a soft, like not like a soft drink, it's more like a what is it, just like sparkling water company, but like they replaced food also.
Oh
And
yes,
it's
Perrier or Lacroix.
LaCroix. Yeah, they call themselves like Fizzle, and like essentially like you start working there, but then immediately like, you know, because like you're the intern, you go there and you're kind of like, oh, I want to start working my field, and like, okay, go down the dungeon and take care of goblins. It's like, what? Like what the fuck? And it turns out like the way that they set it up, because essentially in this city, like everything is owned by the major corporation. And the idea is that like when you're going under, you're essentially going into like some of basically the dying like branches and like dying like businesses under the corporation.
Oh,
And like you're going in there and essentially like finding bits and pieces of like their work to bring back. And like I don't know the plot like past that so far. I just know that like that's kind of like what's been going on. The first place that went into is like it's called Joblin, and it's like a dungeon that's more based on like kind of like basically like simple tech startups. Think about like just basic offices with like yoga balls and like shit like that.
hmm.
It's kind of like really basic. The second dungeon I just unlocked is based on like a dating website. So it's got like this whole like succubus theme, and like it's like a lot of innuendos. It's like the idea is it's a dating app that you can only talk through emojis. There's like emoji demons and shit like that.
Hmm.
But like it like that could sound cringy, but like they pull it off in like such a like charming way. And I haven't even like gotten into like really the mechanics. It has something similar to what you were describing with Hades, where there's that like it's not like dating, but like what you were calling with the what was it? What the
Affection?
system? Yeah, like affection. You can get a I'm trying to remember. I think it's like a mentor, essentially, because there's like a few of the higher ups in like the company, and if you do quests for them, you unlock like more abilities if you have them as like a mentor, essentially. And like the one that I like right now a lot is I well this is bad. I can't really like remember her name, but essentially she allows me to find more money like while I'm down there, which is like really helpful. A lot of the like the little abilities that you find are also like really creative and like kind of like a gamble. Like one of them's called go big or go under. And it's like a 50-50 chance of like you get like bigger or you get like really small and like you do like no damage. There's one that's like you get longer arms. It's based on like the fucking SpongeBob episode where he gets anchor arms. Like the game is beyond charming. The art style is beautiful. The writing is so fucking funny. I'm trying to remember. There's there's a fucking Ty Lopez Dracula.
Oh, what?
Yeah, one of these shopkeepers, because like on in the dungeon, like you go to like different shops essentially, and like one of the random shops that you can go to is a it's literally a vampire that is Ty Lopez. You go in and it's a garage with like it's a garage with a Lamborghini and like a bunch of like bookshelves. And the gimmick is actually kind of neat. Essentially, you can't like buy anything in there with currency. What it is there's like three items behind the Lamborghini, and like you can get those three
Do you
items.
exchange knowledge?
You exchange. It's literally that's what he says. Like it's knowledge. He literally says the meme, and he looks like Ty
Knowledge.
Lopez. He looks like Ty Lopez mixed with Dracula. Like that's literally what he looks like.
That's so good.
And it's you have to trade it for like a curse essentially. So like it's something that like makes like the game harder for you, but in exchange like you get like three really good perks.
Mhm.
And the shit like that that's really neat. Like the weapon system in the game is like the one thing that like I wasn't sure I would like, but I ended up really enjoying. And it's similar to Breath of the Wild where there is no like set weapon that like you go in there. It's a weapon degradation system. Meaning like you just kind of got to go in there and like pick up anything you find, but like it's not going to last long.
Oh, okay.
And you can like throw it like Breath of the Wild too if like it's like about to break. There's other perks that'll like say like if you break a weapon it'll do like double damage, like stuff like that. It's really neat, and also it has since it has that Breath of the Wild kind of feature where there's this weapon degradation. There's so many like different weapons, and every dungeon has its own unique set of weapons.
Hmm.
It's really cool, dude, and I really recommend it. Give it a shot. Yeah, if it looks interesting to you, I think it could be very beneficial to your health to give it a shot.
Yeah, yeah. No, honestly, I've had my eye on it. It's just it feels like there's always just something else that I want more that comes out or
Yeah, no, I
is
get
like
that.
around there.
Yeah, Monster Hunter Rise, I know.
Dude, I am.
We're both looking at our fucking game boxes like right now. Oh god. Anyway, I think that's it for my list, but hit me up with more from you if you got some more.
I have way too many to talk about. Um, there are two. I've played two rhythm game roguelikes.
Oh fuck, I think I know what you're talking about.
One of them is Crypt of the Necrodancer.
Yes.
And that game is a lot of fun.
I forgot to put that in my list.
Just the idea, I mean, I love roguelikes and I love rhythm games, and it's just the two of them combined.
Yeah, and literally, what's it called? I guess I should clarify. I have not played Crypt of the Necrodancer, but I have played Cadence of Hyrule.
Yeah, and it's the same type of gameplay,
Yeah, from what I've seen.
but the only difference is instead of going through a randomly generated dungeon, it's you're essentially playing Zelda in a with the Crypt of the Necrodancer like mechanics.
Yeah, yeah. And it's so cool that Nintendo allowed them to do that.
Honestly, I could not believe my eyes when I saw that get announced.
Like
Because it seems
Nintendo
like
let an
Nintendo
indie
holds
company
its yeah, it
of
seems like
Zelda.
Nintendo holds its like its first party stuff like, you know, so close to their chest. So to see it being um like essentially offered to a indie developer was very, very cool.
And it gives the world hope.
Yeah, and
One
then,
day.
you know, they talk about Smash Bros and that hope goes away.
Uh,
But the other game is it's called BPM, Bullets Per Minute,
oh yeah, yeah. You were telling me about this one. I wanted.
and it is a first-person shooter roguelike rhythm game.
Yeah, add this to my wish list.
And it is real. It's kind of hard to start, but once you get into it, because like you have to shoot on beat, you have to reload on beat, and your reloads also have different. There's a different reload animation per gun, and it has different steps to it. So like for the shotgun, you have to reload. You have to like you know kind of like move the shotgun down, and then you have to like each reload at like each press of the reload button puts in one shell at a time. And then like you also have to like shoot pump on beat. There's for like the magnum you also have to like press of the reload button pushes the barrel out.
God,
Each subsequent one puts a different bullet into the chamber, and then the last one pushes the barrel back in. It's really satisfying once you start getting the rhythm down for the game.
it seems like it. It like I'm looking at what's it called on the Steam page right now. The art style is so good.
Yeah, it's got a very gritty art style to it. Um,
Very red.
it's yeah, it's very like red, yellowish. And also the best part about it is the fact that the shopkeeper is a giant chick named Huggins.
Yeah, you would talk about the shopkeeper, wouldn't you?
I mean, I was already enjoying the game, and then I went into the shop and I saw Huggin, and I was just like, oh, "It's a big chicken."
Would be Huggins.
Yeah, and he dances to the beat
Oh,
of
the
the song.
fuck. Oh,
Yeah, the
hello.
shopkeeper. I
I
love I
see.
love Huggins.
A chocobo.
Let's see.
That'd
Other
be funny.
roguelikes on my list. There's Dead Cells,
Dead Cells is
which
good.
it's really
It's
good.
so
Like,
good I could plagiarize a review about it.
did you?
No, isn't that what IGN did?
Did they?
Yeah, remember? Wait, let me look this up if I'm right. IGN Dead Cells. Yeah, yeah. IGN plagiarized a Dead Cells review.
Oh my god, that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, they had to remove their review due to plagiarism. Oh my god. Good
That's
shit.
that's actually really funny, and I feel bad for the dude that they plagiarized, but holy shit, that's funny.
It is so fucking bad. Oh, IGN. Why did
Um,
you give Monster Hunter an 8, IGN? Why is
they
it
gave
not
an
a
8?
10? They gave it an 8. I'll never forgive them. Their excuse was that it's more of a foundation rather than I guess a complete like Monster Hunter World is or something is like their excuse.
They, but
I know. I know.
Capcom has already said that they're going to be doing like freaking regular updates the way they did for Monster Hunter World, because Monster Hunter World didn't have a lot of content when it first got shelled out.
I don't this is oh god, we're gonna get sidetracked on this, but it's Monster Hunter, so it's fine. But like I don't understand like the grading process of reviewing a game when it's literally like they're comparing it to Monster Hunter World, which has had like its rollouts already and stuff. So it's already like got so much content in comparison, of course. And they've already announced that they're gonna be doing free updates. So like comparing the two is like kind of weird, you know, in that way alone. But literally, like, what are they gonna do? Like, all they always do for this kind of shit is like they're gonna review it next year, and then they're gonna bump up the like score more and be like, oh, now it's more like the other game. It's like, okay, like just guys get Monster Hunter World. I don't give a shit. They literally like in the review are saying like it
Do you mean
introduces
Monster Hunter Rise
mechanics.
instead of Monster Hunter
Oh
World?
yeah, fuck. Yeah, don't get Monster Hunter World. Fuck that game. I'm joking. But like they literally said Monster Hunter Rise like introduces mechanics that like I can't like imagine playing Monster Hunter without. And then they go and are like, but it's not Monster Hunter World. So it's like I don't know what they want. I don't know what you want, IGN. What do you want
I
from me?
don't know either. Um,
Anyway.
but yeah, Bullets per Minute and Crypt of the Necrodancer, both great games, especially if you love rhythm games. Bullets per Minute is very high paced, and it's got a lot of stuff to keep in mind. Like you have to keep track of your ammo. Guns don't have like infinite range, so you have to get decently close to some enemies. Um, it's got like a because like there's like a beat and an offbeat, and
Mhm.
if you jump, you can double jump on the offbeat, which is really cool.
Oh, that is cool.
And then there's also a you have like a little dash that you could do
Mhm.
to like dodge stuff, and you could do like jump dash double jump second dash, and it lets you play around with its like physics and its mobility a lot.
That's I like the way that they could incorporate that into like gameplay that makes it feel more like it rewards you for actually like playing it the way it's intended, essentially.
Yeah, and some guns, mainly pistols, they have the ability to be shot on the offbeats, so even though they're not as strong, you can essentially shoot twice as fast as normal.
Oh fuck. It's so cool.
There's Dead Cells, which is an action platformer, and the weapons and the way that the leveling works in that game is really, really interesting because when you find a scroll to level up, you can choose to level up one of three different stats. And weapons and items that you pick up can be one of three colors. They can be red, green, or purple. And leveling up, when you level up, you choose if you want to level up like with red, green, or purple. I don't remember what the stats are. I remember red is aggression. I think purple is like techniques, and I think green is like trickery or something like that. I don't exactly remember, but
Yes, those colors
um
do make me feel those things.
but essentially uh leveling up those stats increases your effectiveness with the weapon or the item that you pick up, because you can pick up like grenades, you can pick up traps, you can pick up all sorts of different items. And there's also like a very cool parry system with because you can have different types of shields, and if you parry enemies, you can stagger them, or you can reflect projectiles and stuff. But like it's very, very fast paced, so like when you parry something, it feels good. Because like I'd argue that for like, let's say like Skyward Sword, the parry system is very easy to get a hold of because the enemies telegraph their attacks like really wide before they do them.
Yes, they do.
But with the parry system in Dead Cells, the enemies just they get like a small exclamation point above their head for like a split second, and they do their attack.
Oh shit. I always see that game. I mean, like back when like everyone was talking about it, it felt like they kept comparing it to Dark Souls. So I think that always made me think it was like a Metroidvania Dark Souls like kind of thing. Like because I think Hollow Knight also came out the same year. So in my head, I kind of lumped those two together as being in the same thing. I didn't realize it was a roguelike.
Yeah, it's a roguelike. It does have Metroidvania-like aspects where at the end of some areas you'll get like a power-up that lets you proceed
Oh, with like
deeper or
backtracking
take
and stuff
different
like that.
routes and whatnot.
Yeah.
And another really cool thing about it is they encourage you to go fast,
Oh.
because there are certain when you enter certain areas, or you go into certain rooms, there'll be like doors that lock if you don't get there fast enough.
Oh, what the fuck?
So like it encourages, and like inside those there can be blueprints for like really powerful weapons or really
That's
powerful
that's
items.
so cool.
There could be like a bunch of upgrade materials. It's really fun because of just like you want to go fast, but you also want to get items. Like there's like a very like how would I put it? It's just a lot of fun.
It's just a lot of fun. My goopy gamer brain has
Yeah,
decided.
my goopy gamer brain. I don't got wrinkles. It's not even a solid anymore. That's how fucked up my brain is.
I was like, what joke can I plagiarize to be on brand with Dead Cells?
Another one I'd like to talk about is called Wizard of Legend.
Oh fuck! That was on the Switch. I wanted to get that game. I also didn't realize that was a roguelike. I thought it was just a top down.
It's like it's top down, but it's a roguelike. There are different like elements of magic that you can pick,
Yeah, that game looks.
and uh, you have like strong attacks and weak attacks, and like uh, how do I put it? It's a really good game. It's very fast paced, as I've said with like all of these roguelikes, but uh, each one of the what's it called? Each one of the elements feels very distinct and different. Like the wind one is about hitting fast and potentially like knocking enemies away and whatnot. Lightning has like you shoot lightning bolts that like arc to different enemies or they paralyze enemies. Ice freezes them. Fire does like a damage over time. One of my favorites is Earth. Um, and like one of the basic attacks is literally you just make a giant fist out of earth and just punch them.
What? I literally just thought it was like a top down co op like dungeon crawl. I had no idea. I mean, I guess dungeon crawls usually I should just assume at this point roguelike.
Yeah, it's a roguelike and there's also like elemental effectiveness and you can get different spells as you go through the game. Also the type of cloak that you wear changes different things as well
That's cool.
because different cloaks give you different buffs and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Uh
Uh,
yeah,
oh
I'm
wait,
sure I have
did you talk about is this a roguelike or am I thinking of something else? Was it called Moonlighter? Is that a game that
I
you were playing for a while? Or is that
I
is
don't
that
know if I'd
not?
call it a roguelike because it doesn't it doesn't like necessarily kill you when you like or it doesn't give you like kind of like that permadeath like restart thing
Oh, okay,
when
I
you
see.
die. It is a bunch of randomly generated um
Dungeons.
uh dungeons and whatnot, but I wouldn't say it's particularly a roguelike because it's not like you restart from the beginning every time you die.
Hmm. Yeah.
Game is really fun though. And I think the last one I want to talk about is like it's like the most out there. It's called Slay the Spire.
Another one I've heard of and know next to nothing about.
It is a roguelike deck building game.
Wait, Slay this. Wait, deck building? So cards and
Yeah.
what? How does this? Oh, I'm looking at it now. How does this work?
So you have decks, you have cards that provide different actions. It could be a simple attack, it could give you block. It could there's just uh a bunch of different ones and then each there's like different characters and each one of them has their own different play style. The first one you start with is the Ironclad, who's like a basic beefy warrior type. Like he has a lot of cards that like increases attack or increases block, and you can like do stuff with that. My personal favorite, or I don't know if it's my favorite, but I really like the second character you unlock, or yeah, the first character you unlock, who's called the Silent,
Hmm.
where they're kind of like a thief type character, and the the Silent lets you play a lot of different styles, and that's not to say that there's just one style per class. It's like the Silent provides me with the style that I like the most, which
Oh,
is
okay.
it's like a lot of trickery and there's like a lot of setup to it. But once you get going, you can make some crazy combos because like the Silent has access to poison as well as a unique zero cost card called Shivs. And I have played both a poison build and a shiv build, where poison at the end of the turn the enemy takes damage equal to how much poison they have, and then their poison ticks down by 1. Um, but you have cards like Catalyst, which double the amount of poison the enemy has.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can just like drop a shitload of poison on them. Catalyst, and then there's another card, I don't remember what it's called, but when the enemy dies, it deals however much poison it has to all the other enemies. So you essentially make them like a grenade. Or shivs, which are 0-cost cards that do like 4 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And there are cards that give you shivs, and there's also like powers that give you shivs at the start of your turn. But then there's a item that you can get called the Hidden Blade, which is like just it looks like the Hidden Blade from Assassin's Creed, and it increases shiv damage from like 4 to 7.
Oh shit.
And there's like other cards where you like discard your whole hand, and for every card you discarded, add a shiv to your hand. So like I've had games where it's like literally in one turn I did over like 600 damage because I just had so many shivs. I was just like, okay, just fire all of them off.
See, I feel like that game would be addicting and almost like that RNG like chase kind of feeling. Just the way that those like the card mechanic works, it seems.
Yeah, and then I think the third character is my personal favorite. It's the Defect, who's kind of like a broken robot.
Oh.
And they have a orb mechanic where these orbs do effects at the start of a turn. Or no, at the end of a turn, I'm sorry. But you can get like items or effects that make the orb effects also go off at the start of a turn.
Oh.
So
You can't
the
fool me. It's
defect
just Zenyatta from Overwatch.
the defect is heavily focused on setup. Because like once you have a bunch of orbs set up, you start going to town. Like there's the plasma orb, which gives you an extra energy per turn, and you spend energy to play cards.
Oh, okay.
There's lightning orbs, which at the end of a turn deal 3 damage to a random enemy. There's frost orbs, which add block to you at the end of a turn. There's darkness orbs, which stack up damage, and then because you can also consume orbs, and when you consume an orb, it does a different effect. Like the plasma orb gives you 2 energy instead of 1 energy. The frost orb gives you a bunch of defense. The lightning orb does like 8 damage. And then the dark
Somebody
orb
really poured their heart and soul into the fucking like mechanics of this game.
I think
Like,
the best part is that the modding
like
community did just as much work.
really?
Yeah, because like even when you start up the game for Slay the Spire, it gives you the option to play with mods.
Oh.
And the modding community has like made some crazy shit. Like there's like a mod where you get to play as the bosses
Oh,
of
that's
Slay the
cool.
Spire, and like you have to stop like the quote unquote like the player.
What the that's so cool.
Yeah. It's like Slay the Spire is really unique, and I get that card games aren't for everybody or whatever, but if you like the kind of strategy aspect of building like a trading card deck, and like you don't want to have the stress of playing against somebody, I think that Slay the Spire is a really great game. Like when I first started playing it, I was like heavily addicted to it, to the point where I would play it in some of my college classes that I
Oh
could like have
jeez.
my laptop in. Like I'm like, oh yeah, I'm taking notes.
No, I will say I'm like way more intrigued than I thought I would be in a game about like because like card games it's always been hard for me to get into except for like physical card games it's always just been about the artwork for me but like this like actually could be something that like makes it way more like clear cut like it seems like really easy to understand.
Yeah, it's really easy because it doesn't have, I guess, like the trading card thing of like,
Read a
you know,
paragraph
like
under this picture, this really pretty picture.
yeah, essentially. But there's a lot of people that I've met who have played Slay the Spire, and they were like, "This is the game that got me into like deck building and card games."
Huh. And then I spend more money. Oh god. I better not.
Buy it.
Fuck, it's in my cart. Tyus told me to buy it. Oh no. Fuck. Alright.
Oh. But yeah, I think that might be it for me with roguelikes. Even though I'm sure I've played more, I just cannot think of any off the top of my head.
I mean, I feel like we covered pretty much like a solid chunk. If anybody listening to this has not like given any of these games a shot because maybe they just weren't sure like what it all entailed, like guys, it's a really easy, I think, nowadays, especially with just how many different like games that kind of take elements of other popular games and kind of fuse it together. It makes an entry point like way easier than it used to be.
Yeah. Also, if you ever want to feel like you're just not skilled at anything, just watch a speed run for any of these games, and yeah.
Yeah, but isn't yeah. Oh my god. Well, I guess we're gonna wrap up the podcast right here. I hope you guys enjoyed listening, and I hope you guys flipping give roguelikes a chance because like it's a great fucking genre, and I think honestly, like recent years, it's getting stronger and like really like adding a lot.
Yeah, a close friend of mine always said that he didn't want to try roguelikes because the whole like permadeath aspect and whatnot kind of turned him off from it. But then he tried Enter the Gungeon, and he fell so much in love with it that he like messaged me. He's like, "Hey, like I actually like this a lot more than I thought I would. Can you recommend me some more roguelikes?"
Exactly, man. Like, yeah, I think that's pretty much like I had a similar feeling. I think when I played Enter the Gungeon, just because like oh, twin stick shooter, this is fun, and I'm like, oh wait, oh this is like the whole genre that revolves around this gameplay loop. Where what else is there? What else does the world have to offer?
Oh wait,
But,
I just want to bring up one more game. I can't believe we didn't
yeah.
bring this up. The Binding of Isaac.
Holy shit! How the fuck did we not bring up Binding of? I didn't even write that down. I guess because I always see that game like Zelda 1, but it's literally a roguelike. What the fuck?
Yeah. I was just looking through my Steam page, and I forgot I even owned it because I haven't played it that much. Just because it's got a bit of a gross out factor, but like Binding of Isaac is like almost like a legendary game at this point.
Yeah, if you can get past the gross out factor of Binding of Isaac, like it's such a good game. Can easily recommend that if you can stomach a lot of the visuals.
Yeah, that's the biggest part for me, which is why I didn't really play it that much.
Yeah, I feel that. Gross out humor's always been like kind of a kind of like on and off kind of thing for me.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess that is there another roguelike hiding around?
Not that I can think of.
Alright, well, as always, guys, there are links down in the description to all of our information. If you want to follow us on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, so be it. It's all down there. I have been TJ.
And I've been Tyus.
Thank you for listening to another episode of the Untitled Gaming Podcast Project. We'll catch you guys next week.
See ya.